Good morning, guys. Welcome to class. In today's class, we're going to be reading an article about British people and their severe lack of exercise. Okay, so we're going to read the article and compare the situation in your countries to see whether or not it's similar. Okay, and this research has shown that only a quarter of British people walk only 1 hour per week. So we're a bit lazy, okay? So that's what we're going to discuss today. Ciao.
Hi.
How are you
How's it
today?
going?
Okay. Not too bad. What's cooking?
I'm good.
Cool. Good to speak to you. How many hours do you week per? How many hours do you week per walk? No. How many hours per week do you walk?
I don't know. It depends on, but I always calculate on daily. I mean, 5 hours a day or 6 hours.
Sorry, you walk for 5 or 6 hours per day?
I don't mean walk. I mean study.
Study. Okay. No. I mean walk.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to say 5 or 6 hours a day. Wow, that's cool. No, because I was going to say if a quarter of British people work 1 hour per week, that would be the perfect week. Yeah, so it's cool. No, ciao. So how many hours do you think you walk per week? Do you walk a lot?
I used to do exercise every morning, but recently I think I spend my time on practicing English too much, so I crowd out that activity. So maybe a few walk when I go to my classroom, because the classroom is far away from my dorm. So
yeah,
yes.
So things like that to walk. You have practical reasons to get from A to B. Yeah, from A to B means just to get somewhere. Cool. Juan, are you there?
Hello.
Good to speak with you, Juan. How many hours per week do you think you walk?
I think I walk, being honest, like 2 hours per week.
A week, so which is still double than a lot of British people, but that's cool. Okay, so what about people in your country, Juan? Do people like to walk, or are people getting lazier?
They don't like to walk too much. Only the people that exercises a lot. But
okay, so the people who are fans of exercising things.
Yep.
But yeah, people are becoming lazy. Yes, there's probably a trend. And Mira is there.
Good morning, Martin.
Good morning, Mira. How are you? You okay?
Fine, thank you.
We were talking about you on Facebook.
C'est la vie.
Did you notice?
Yes.
Yeah. So someone's saying about Mira, and I was saying Mira is my verbling mummy. Yeah. So welcome, mummy. How are you? Okay.
It's my pleasure, Martin.
Okay. Perfect. Cool. Nice to speak with you again, Mira. And Pedro is there.
Hey.
Pedro is there.
Yep.
How are you today? Okay.
I'm fine. How about you?
Not too bad. Okay. And Mira, I'll go back to Mira because I forgot to ask this question. How many hours per week do you walk?
I walking every day, 1 hour morning and sometimes 1 else noon.
Okay, so 1 hour in the morning, not 1 hour per week, 1 hour per day at least.
Yes.
Okay, it's impressive. Yeah, so I don't know about me now. I don't walk so much. Yeah, before I used to walk a lot, but now not so much. Pedro, what about you?
Nope. And now that I have a car, I don't walk at all.
Anyway, someone said in the chat box, I just noticed. Yeah, it's Ayed. I never walk even to go to the kitchen. I take my car. Yeah, so that's cool. Okay, so Pedro, you don't walk at all. Do you think you should
Nope.
walk more?
Yes, because it would make me more healthy, but nah, I don't wanna.
If the car still works, that's okay. Yeah, why not? Okay, it's cool. And Dea, Yusuf. Okay, anyway, I'm just going to read the chat box just to see if anyone's... Karen, okay, so it's really for intermediate students, but try, okay? If you join, try to adapt. We'll try to adapt to your level. I will send you the link, okay, to the article. You can judge if it's something that will be okay for you to your level, but we'll see. Okay, and Ayad is there, and also some other people. Cool. So, can we hear you now, Dia? Can we hear you? Okay, we can. Please check your microphone settings, okay? So we'll just have a look at this to see if it's something you can do. But just in the top right-hand corner, there should be a microphone icon. Please click on this if you can.
Teacher.
Who's that? Ciao, yep.
Could you put this link in the Google chat?
Google chat, yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank
please.
you. Thank you again.
No worries. Okay, so I always forget to do that. Please shout out if I forget to do it in future. Okay, so we're going to read, this was from the BBC, but there's a really good website you can use. Look at this in your own time if you like. It's called Breaking News English, and they take a story that's happened in English, English press. It could be American press, it could be British press, Australian, whatever, and they have some exercises, yeah, that you can do in your own time. So it's quite good website for you. But we're going to use the article from here, maybe do some exercises from this and talk about the language. We'll read it out loud and then we'll talk about it after maybe every couple of sentences. So who would like to make a start? Who would like to read the first bit, please?
Okay.
Was that Mira?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, yes please.
Mm-hmm. Research has found that 25% of British people work for less than 1 hour each week. That's just 9 minutes a day. Another 43% worked for less than 2 hours per week. This research suggests people need to do more exercise. The British government recommends 150 minutes of physical activity every week. Most British people are doing less than this. The research is from an online survey of 2021 adult
Let's
people.
stop there.
Okay.
Okay, let's discuss so far. Okay, so there's, I think there's 3 people now, so you can all have a section each. That works quite nicely. Okay, so any questions so far?
No, but by the way, when we were in Bristol, British people embarrassed me because all the time they walking in the street, really they use the bus or taxi.
Yeah. So the thing is,
amazing, really amazing.
So usually using the taxi and the bus rather than walking. Yeah, so it usually is the case. We are very, very lazy. So me personally, not. I walk just because, you know, it's cheaper. But lots of people, just to go to the supermarket, even a couple of 100 meters, oh yeah, just take the car, yeah. So that kind of attitude, who cares? Yeah, just to save
in our country, it's not allowed as easy to women or girls to run on the street. So I'm walking in treadmill on my house, but if I have a chance, I will walk all the time in the street. Really, exercise so useful for us.
Yep, so it's healthy and things like this, yes? That's interesting. Guys, did this surprise you? And would you say the situation is comparable in your countries? So would you say it's, the situation could be similar where you're from? So, Chow, would you say it's the same in China, that maybe a quarter of the population walk less than 1 hour per week? Does it sound about right?
I don't know, but um, mm, maybe not. I think it should be uh, specified about the group. Some people who don't have a car or something, they have to walk all day. Some people, but one of my roommate, he would like to ride his motor bicycle, even there is just five meters oh, to go, and
Right.
but he need to open the clock and do some stuff. It will take 2 minutes. I think the 2 minutes can be used to get the destination. So that's it.
Okay, it's interesting. And also, yeah, it's about efficiency as well. Lots of people taking the car because of efficiency. So they're thinking, right, okay, this is how much, I don't know if you're freelance or whatever, they're thinking, right, it's better if we take the car because the cost of running the car, if you're doing it for your so-called business, is taken out of your tax anyway, yeah? So you don't pay for it. So people like if they're busy, they're freelancers, I don't know, they would use the car just to save time, yeah, because they could use that time to do, I don't know, go to visit a client or something like this, yeah. So it could be about efficiency, but for normal workers, it's just lazy, out of laziness, I'd say, yeah, using the car. But yeah, personally, I don't, yeah. So I would just walk, maybe just to save money because transport is very expensive, I'd say, in the UK. I don't know, did you notice that, Mira? So did you notice the price to take the bus or to go by taxi? I don't know what it's like in Bristol, but I guess it's still quite high.
To compare about the price and if I pay or walk.
Yeah. So for me, I don't usually. If I can walk somewhere, I would walk there, just because saves the pounds. Yeah. So, but
Once a time, and I'm going to um, uh, buy the ticket of airplane, and the distance between home and the office maybe 15 kilometers. And I go to this place. It was morning, and I go to this office walking, go and return. So when come late at home, what happened? What's the problem?
yeah.
I said I have fun because I am walking on the beside the sea. So it was amazing to smell the air of the sea and walking early morning.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah? So if you go for early morning walks, if you can wake up, it's very nice, and also in the evening. Okay, it's interesting. So do people walk then maybe, Mira, in your country for function, meaning to get from A to B, or do they walk for pleasure as well? Do you get many people going, as you know, on the weekends or on the days off, going for a walk somewhere?
It depends. There are a lot of people walking beside the sea every day. I see it, but for women, it's somehow it's forbidden because people can make fun of you when you're running at on the street. But in general, there are a lot of people walking beside the sea. The smell of the sea is amazing. So why not?
Yeah. So they would do it for leisure as well, not just to go from A to B, yeah? So for leisure. That's cool. Huan, what do you say?
Yes.
Do most people do it to get from A to B or for leisure?
Pardon me, I couldn't listen.
Okay, no worries. Do most people walk in your country out of purpose, out of function to get from A to B, or for leisure?
Well, at least in my country, the people don't walk too much. They prefer to use their car.
Yeah.
But well, during these times, I'm thinking they don't use too much the car because the gas is too expensive. So they are using motorcycle or maybe walking or the public transportation. But The last one is a kind of risky, so it's complicated here.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. So the thing is, it depends, but it can be quite expensive. And also, the petrol price, I guess, in the UK is very expensive, which is why I wouldn't do it, yeah. So if I can walk, I'd walk. But Chow, okay, what about you? Do people in China walk because of leisure reasons or for practical reasons?
I Could I say something about my hometown?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
when I think about the macro thing, I think it is complex and it varies from the cities. And in my hometown, people do walk every day for just for leisure, and because there is uh, a river in my town, so people always walk around the river and just for for pleasure.
yeah.
Yes,
So people would do it for leisure reasons and things like this. Okay, so
yes.
to go around the lake. But in the city you're living now, what do you think? Are most people very very busy, so they just walk when they need to walk, or do they walk in their leisure time?
Um, Maybe they work for some purpose. If we can, if they can choose uh, to take bus or take some machine, they would uh, take it and to save some time.
Yeah. For
Yes.
efficiency reasons, things like this. I had said I want to walk on the Great Wall in China. Of China, have you ever done this, Zhao? Have you ever been to the Great Wall? The Great Wall of
Great
China.
Wall. Yes, when I was 10 years old, I went to the Great Wall, but I didn't get at the final. I mean, mm, maybe maybe because I was so young, and if I get another chance to go there, I would
You
get
would
the
finish
destination.
it, yes?
Yes.
Cool, perfect. Okay, so let's go on with this article then. So, any new vocabulary that you didn't know or you're not quite sure about, you want some explanation, right? So, for example, listeners research. I think that's quite clear. Yeah. So, well, for me, it's easy to say that. Yeah. So, yeah, I understand. Yeah. But is there any words that you don't understand? So, guys, you're all advanced speakers. So, if I said research, yeah, that you're like, what? That's okay, right? Mira, you understand research certainly because that's in your field as well. You'd have said this. Huan, yeah, research. Do you know?
Yeah, man.
Cool. And Chow, yeah, I guess that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so I guess there was no words. For what I can say, no words that I can imagine you not understanding in that section. But shout out if there were some words, and we'll continue. So, who would like to read the next bit if there's no questions?
Me.
Yes, please.
To read the next paragraph, you said?
Yep. So from Mira stopped, I think, from the research is from an online survey of 2021 adults. Yeah, just go from people answered questions.
Okay. People answer questions about how far they walk a week. This included walking to work, schools, or local shops. Increasing numbers of people are using their cars instead of their feet and playing games on video and computer screens rather than in sports centers and parks.
Perfect. Okay. So people answer questions about how far they walk to week. This included walking to work, schools, or to local shops. Increasing numbers of people are using their cars instead of their feet. So, and I guess this is so with technology as well, is that people don't need to go anywhere now. Really, well, you do, but you can shop at home. You can study at home, English at home. You can do everything at home. You can even socialize at home to a certain extent with things like Facebook. We're becoming increasingly maybe homebound, what you could say, homebound. Do you know what this means? Homebound. I'm just reading the messages. Quickly see if cool. Wait. Okay, so homebound. Do you know what homebound means, Chow?
I guess it means people stay at home and just barely go out.
Yeah, when you're homebound, it's like you stay at home. You're bound to your home. You're tied to your home. So maybe people are becoming increasingly homebound as a result of technology and things like this. Chow, in your case, could you say this is so? How much do you use the internet for your daily life? So do you shop online? What do you use the internet for in your daily life?
Yes, I think I'm somewhat homebound. I'm somewhat dorm-bound, I would say, and I rely on the internet because I I think at this period and it is efficient for me, like the verbally. It is hard or inefficient for me to go to the uh, outside and find a foreigner and practice English. And I took online class on my computer on the internet because uh, and I compare with my university's compulsory classes, I prefer to do it online. I think part of the reason is they are more uh, quality. I mean, they are better than the
Quality is higher.
quality. Yes, and another side, it maybe it is because I don't want to go to the classes. Some inherent reason I didn't, but I don't want to admit that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing is, it's because you can do so much things. So you're studying a lot at home. You don't need. It's just that you don't need to. Yeah. And if you don't need to do it, why should you? Does it worry you, Chow?
I'm sorry.
Is it a bad thing?
I think it depends on what you do when you're at home. I think if you just play video games or do some, I don't mean because I don't like video games. I mean, if you just play video games all the day and don't want to go outside, and I won't say one of my roommates, and he just play a very boring video games all day, and he even want forget to eat lunch. So and I think it is not good both for the physical or mental aspect. But if you practice English in verbally or take classes and learning new things, I think it is appropriate.
Yeah. So it's fitting. It's useful to you. You're not
Yes.
wasting your time. That kind of thing. Okay. So
And
yep. Yes, please.
and when I have the vacation or when I come back to my hometown, I would go outside frequently and playing with my friend and do go travel or something. So it
But in
just
terms of
some
the alternative, yeah. So it's either
yes
study at the university, study at home, and if
yes
the
I
studying
just
at home is better, then why not? Yeah. So of
yes
course, ideally, we wouldn't study at all, or we wouldn't work at all. We would just have lots of money and and choose what we do. But if given these choices, study at university or study at home, you're saying it's better to
yes.
study at home. It's cool. Joanne, what do you say? In your case, do you worry? Are you homebound? Are you worried about this? And how do you think it would be like in the future? What do you think it would be like for most people?
You asked me about the computer?
Yeah. So are you uh, becoming increasingly homebound?
Yes, well, it as Charles said, it has two sides or maybe more, because the technology is okay, if it makes the life easily, uh, such as taking classes and things like that. But maybe we have lost, or we are losing the activities like playing sports or just walk for breathe oxygen or things like that. And being just in front of the computer, it makes you lazy, and you win weight, and it could be unhealthy, I think.
So in terms of not seeing some things like this, and yeah, and it can make you lazy, yeah, because for example, you can do everything. So you can shop, you can. I don't know if there's one thing now you can't do online that you need in your life, yeah. So, or you can't find out online. Is there anything, Huan, that you can't do online now?
Anything that I can't do
Can't
online?
do. There's nothing we can't do. We can do everything. We can shop. We can socialize. We can learn. We can.
Let me think.
We can't cook online yet, but
Yeah, yeah, obviously.
to us, yeah. So we can.
But you can order a food.
Yeah, and it gets sent to you. So that's better than cooking. Anyway, so
I think you can have a date with your girlfriend on the
Skype date. It's not the same, yeah. It's not the same,
Yes.
but
Yes.
it happens in the UK if they go to different universities or something. You can't see each other every weekend. They'd arrange like a Skype date. Yeah, so Skype dating is becoming more popular, but yes, it's still not the same. Of course, nothing's the same. So shopping online is not the same. Socializing not the same online, but you can kind of do something to do with it. Yeah. So, but Mira, what about you? Are you relatively homebound nowadays?
Yes, I'm looking for a lot of lessons on internet to make my day useful because
Yeah.
I feel boring at home. So I'm try to be something better. Just
Okay. Yeah. So is
attend
there
a
anything?
lesson, attend Spanish lesson, search about something new.
And is there anything that you can't do online that you'd like to do?
Yes, I can't buy my clothes online or um, just I use internet to search or make research about something or learning. I have no time to lose my time in a game or just chat.
Yeah. So it's not a good use of the time. You've got to, you could spend hours on that kind of thing. But you're saying you can't buy clothes. Is that so in your countries? Yes. So Huan, can you order clothes online?
Yes. Well, I
But
usually
would you
don't do.
buy?
Well, no, I mean, I usually don't do that, but I have some relatives that can buy. I mean, that do that. Really, I'm not well familiarizado. I'm not familiar with the procedures.
But can
But
you buy food online, like a supermarket? Like, is there an online supermarket?
yes.
Things like this, yeah. So it's cool. And do you make use of this service? So would you prefer to go to a shop or would you go online?
Well, in my personal case, I do prefer to go out and shop. Uh, well, sometimes I think that I don't take every advantage of the technology. I don't know if I am of the old school. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
yeah, that for example, if I want a, if I want a display of my account of the bank, I go to the agency or the supermarket in order to have a physical sheet of paper of my
Okay, yeah,
account.
so something physical, yeah, so that you can refer back to something in paper. But Chow, what about you in China? Do you use many online um, websites to buy things like clothes, to even buy supermarket products?
Yes, yes, I think it is common, and I'm also a online shopper. I bought my cell phone and my shoes, my clothes, because it is cheaper in the it's cheaper than it in the
That's also a reason.
yes,
The
and
prices are quite different, yeah. So I don't know. I'll go into one. They're probably one in the UK. This is Tesco Direct. Yeah, correct. Sorry, I'll show you. But Karen, what you're saying. So because of price as well, the price is different. How different are the prices?
uh,
So 20% cheaper, would you say, on average?
20. Uh, I I think it almost the 14 discount. Uh, I mean, they are just uh, much cheaper than when you buy it in the shop.
Yeah. So it's different.
And do you know the Chinese Single Day? I mean, in the September 11,
So you
and
have a single day to celebrate being single.
yes, in China, and in that day, one of Chinese the top online shopping website, and they just hold a big discount. I think it's about half of the price of some
Whoa.
particular
Oh
brand,
my.
and Chinese people are crazy, and they spend about they break the record, world record, and yes, on a single day.
Wow,
And
yes. So
man,
one day.
I think many of them are indeed cheaper, but some irrational shopping, I think, also exist.
Hmm. So yeah, so it's interesting. But this one that sprung to mind, there's several. But Tesco, for example, is a big supermarket in the UK. On this, you can order groceries to get delivered to your house, like food shopping. You can also order a TV at the same time. So you can just search for what you want, or there's a food cupboard. You can just order bread online, whatever you want, milk. And what this is quite useful. For example, you can write a shopping list. So when you write the shopping list, someone goes and gets all the products you want and delivers them to you. But this also remembers your shopping list. So if you buy the same things every week, you just sign on to this and press buy, and it just gives you the same products that you order every week. Yeah, so it's a very quick process. It saves a lot of time, and people can do this, for example, at work in their lunch break. They can order the products at lunch, and then when they get home, they've got the products. Yeah, so it saves a lot of time. And at the same time, you can buy things like books and TVs, and I guess you've probably got similar things like this in your countries. But yeah, and it just making everything done online very, very efficient. You don't need to drive to the supermarket. You can just sit in your office, buy the products, and then done. That's your weekly shop.
I
So
think
I guess, yep. Ciao.
I think this website maybe not fit for Chinese women, the household, because maybe
Yeah.
they just enjoy the process when they are shopping in the store, and they can compare the different price, and they are enjoying this process. Maybe shopping in the internet would uh, corrupt the
Yeah. This
yes.
women like to shop. Yeah. So I don't know if they'd like it, but it's good for maybe I don't know. Chow, would you prefer to shop online for things like even bread and milk?
I don't like to do that, but my girlfriend like to do it. She buys some food or some snack or in the on the internet.
Yeah. Okay, it's interesting. And Huan, would you buy things like bread, milk? The thing is also what I'd worry about is that workers will just give you the rubbish ones. Yeah, the people in the shop are not buying. Yeah, so like the smaller apple or the slightly, but actually they employ shopping cart specialists. So these are people who are trained to give you the best product, and also if they sell out of one product, to give you the next best, more expensive alternative. Yeah, so if, for example, you order a dinner of chocolate cake and they run out of this chocolate cake, they'll give you a slightly more expensive chocolate cake for no more money. So yeah, things like this. Yeah, so the service is okay, but again, it spoils the whole fun of shopping. Although I see no enjoyment in shopping at all. Yeah, but Mira, what about you as a housewife? Okay, can you see the? Can you understand why people do this and maybe avoid walking to the supermarket? Or would you prefer to go to the shop?
I prefer to go to the shop to uh, to have fun at first, and in general, I don't trust in any purchase via the internet, because till now there are a lot of systematic theft. So I make a visa for a small amount of money. Just I transfer from my principal visa to it, to just buy maybe books or something like this, not for purchase anything. I
Yeah,
don't
okay,
trust
so
in
not
the
to purchase
internet.
anything serious. And the thing is, people can steal your card details as soon as they've got that. You know, it's quite dangerous. But in my case, none of the above. I detest to shop around to this moment. Each time whenever I'm near a shop, I'm running for my comrade. Yeah, funny. Okay, so did anyone write anything in the meantime? So Ayad has joined us. Ayad, are you there? Okay, I think it's loading. Okay, so that's quite interesting. Let's go on with that. And is this true? Would you say? So, Chow, you said it's true with your friend, your roommate, that he's spending a lot of time on computer games and things like this. The others, so Mira, would you say this is the same in Egypt? More and more people are playing computer games rather than running around playing sport in the park.
Yes, because youth don't find any job in general, and want to be boss all the time, so they prefer to play game than to go to and search for a job.
Yeah, okay, and that's the thing. So it's difficult at the moment with the economic crisis in Europe and stuff like this. I don't know what it's like in Egypt, but like in Europe, it's also quite difficult. And yeah, it's a way of passing the time and things like this. In China, it's not difficult, right, Charles? So the economy of China growing. Do people play games instead of working, things like this, or do they do it like in addition? And is it easy to find a job in China?
I'm sorry, is it easy to find a
Job in China? So Mira said, for example, lots of people in her country playing the computer games because it's difficult to find a job. And I'd say in European countries it's the same at the moment.
oh, you mean
Same-
because they are unemployed, so they just killed their time to play computer game.
Yeah.
Yes, and there are some group in China, they spend too many time on the internet. They just rely on it, and they have no job and he low social status, and I think they yes, and they don't want to go out and go out of their home. They are indeed a homebounder. So yes.
So they're yeah, and this thing is like escapism, yeah, trying to escape and stuff.
Yes.
Conrad is there.
Hello, Matt.
Hi, Martin.
Conrad, you've got. Oh, and Ayad is there. Cool. Conrad, you've changed your surname to Klaus.
Yeah, it's easy because the teachers had problems with a surname.
Yeah.
It's comfortable to me. I prefer my second name.
So Klaus, yeah, that's cool. Okay, so Conrad, where's the picture taken?
Oh, it's in Finland. Yeah, it's the capital.
So it looks nice,
Helsinki.
yeah?
Absolutely nice.
What's that? Did you hear that? What was that? Did you hear? It's like a beep. That's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's in Finland. Yeah, it looks very nice. Okay,
Oh no,
come
no,
on.
it's in Helsinki, the capital.
Helsinki, cool. Conrad, people in Finland, yeah, so quite healthy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Scandinavian people generally, yeah, that's the stereotype. Maybe it's not for everyone, but generally Scandinavian people are quite healthy. What I understand, what I've heard. Do you walk much? Do people in Finland walk much?
Yeah, but there's not in excess. Only the adequate time. But for example, in Scandinavian society, it's very important the family. It's very
Okay.
important to spend time in the family.
Yeah.
It's frowned upon to work overtime, for example.
Okay, so you don't work too much, yeah? So
No, just how do you say? It's the adequate time, no more before the rule, the normal time.
and what is the normal time? So what are normal working hours?
8 hours on average per day.
Yeah. And then not so much overtime, yeah? Not, for example, if your boss said to
no
you,
much
"Oh, would you like to
overtime.
work extra?"
Yeah.
So therefore, do people spend much time walking, doing things like this?
Yeah, it's normal. For example, in United States, people spend a lot of time in overtime in order to saving money or something like that.
Yeah. So, but for you, oh no, when we say walk, not work, walk.
Work. Yeah, it's normal. The people is working and at the same time is using bikes. It's very traditional way to walking around the
And that's
city.
looking at,
Yeah.
in mainland European countries, it's so, yeah. So people love to cycle a lot more, yeah. So all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good for the environment. The people is very aware. It's necessary to doing a effort to preserve the environment.
Yeah. So it's environmental reasons. Also, the infrastructure is good in mainland European countries. In the UK, I wouldn't say so good. The infrastructure is so good for cycling, but certainly in
Yeah.
Germany, there's lots of cycle lanes. It's quite pleasant to cycle. In London, I've cycled twice, 2 times or 3 times in London, and all the time after I finish, I almost die of a heart attack. Yeah, so you're trying to weave in and out of the taxis. It's chaotic. But in lots of mainland European countries, there's lots of good infrastructure for this. That's interesting. Yeah.
Did you say in the news about how is the situation in Beijing, for example, in China, the pollution? It's horrible.
Okay, yeah. So there's something about this, but Chow will know. Yeah. So Chow, could you say something about this?
Yes. The pollution in Beijing is very severe. There are many. I don't know how to say it in English, but let me check it in a dictionary.
In the meantime, we'll say hello to Ayad.
Hello.
Ayad?
How are you?
Cool, we can hear you. We can hear you. Perfect. How are you today? You okay?
I'm fine. I'm a bit sleepy.
Cool. No worries. Yeah. So it's still quite early. It's 8:45, right?
I woke up at 5 o'clock.
What's the time now? 8:45.
8:45. Yeah.
So you've been up for quite a long time, but it's too early. Why did you get up at 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Did you intend to get up at 5 o'clock, or did it just happen?
Because we pray, we have 5
Oh,
prayers.
yeah. And afterwards, can you go to sleep?
Sometimes yes, but mostly we can't.
Okay, yeah. So it's early, yeah. But I don't know. What time do you go to bed, Ayad?
With Verblin at 2 a.m.
3 hours sleep.
Yeah.
You can just put the earphones in and sleep to Verbling, yeah? We'll make you go to sleep. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's cool. So, Chow, did you find the word?
yes, the sandstorm in Beijing, and uh, especially I think the few months ago there is a big sandstorm, and people wherever you find the people, they use a how to say they put
Face
in
mask. Yeah, yeah.
yes within their mouth, and
There's a funny thing about this with well, in Japan it's so as well, yeah, with face masks all the time. And when there was this crisis, this nuclear thing exploded in Japan, on the news they were all reporting that people are wearing face masks all over Japan because of this. So everyone in the UK thought, oh yeah, everyone's wearing face masks because of this disaster, when actually it's normal, yeah? So people normally wear face masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the BBC News, they're like, look at all the Japanese people wearing face masks trying to protect themselves from nuclear explosions, even on the other side of Japan, where really it turns out that actually this normal in some Asian countries, yeah, to wear the face mask.
You
So it's
say,
very funny,
oh,
the
the
reporting.
people are suffering a pandemic or something like that, are creating infections. What's the problem with the people that used to that?
Okay, yeah, so to wear face masks is normal in the big cities, and also sometimes you see tourists in London, maybe from China or Japan or something, wearing the face mask, yeah, because it's healthy, I think, because if you're in the city, you can breathe in the bad air. So I've noticed this, and if you don't know that it's normal in some Asian countries, it's very funny, yeah, so it can be very funny, because it looks like a surgeon, yeah, so it's like a doctor would wear this, and for us, maybe it's not so normal to see this, so we think, oh, maybe he's a doctor, yeah, so interesting.
Surgeon.
Martin,
But even if
I have a question.
Sure.
I understood the expression homebound, but could you say I am homebound or
I'm homebound.
homebound?
I'm homebound, I'd say. I am homebound. I'm bound to my home.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. But even in some in some Asian countries where the air is, maybe in some cities where the air is not bad at all, it's so, I think. Yeah, Chao? Would you say it's across China or just in the big cities?
in the I hear some noise. I don't know. In the some northwest city, it is more common. But when you think about the big city, the pollution is also serious. So, but in some small city, some town, the environment is okay, so people don't need to wear it. And
So
yes,
it's not like a fashion trend, yeah? So I wonder, can you get ones with designs on? Is it just for practical reasons, or do people try to make them look cool? Like, I don't know, get a picture on them or something.
some of them do it for cool, but I think it is not so fashion. And yes.
Okay, yes, that's interesting. Okay, and therefore, linking to that, comrade, you're saying people then walk and do things like go by bike because of environmental reasons. Is that the same in Beijing, would you say, Chao? That people are thinking, right, okay, if we walk, if we cycle, this will be better for the environment, or does that not go to their heads and that's not the priority?
People in Beijing, the transportation. Oh no,
they go around to buy, or they
how to say that word?
Transport.
Yes, the transport in Beijing is not good, and it is bad, I would say. So you could in a traffic jam for 2 hours or 3 hours. So and few people ride the bicycle.
Okay, few people, because it takes, I guess also it's a big city, yeah? So this is what I'm saying, or is there, for example, I know there's some social status thing about driving a car, and in London, for example, it's very expensive to drive in the centre of London, and very inconvenient because it can get quite busy, and I would say it's quicker to use the underground. But some people just use the car just of a social thing, yeah? Oh, look at me, I can drive in central London, I don't care that I'm paying $20 per day for the privilege.
Martin,
Yeah.
At the point, but for example, here to have a car is so expensive here in Finland. Another topic in comparison with China is the overpopulation that China has. It's incredible the process. For example, Scandinavian Peninsula doesn't have that problem. For example, Finland have only 6 million people, no more.
Yeah.
What I don't know what's the population in China.
So that's an interesting thing. That's something else. But yeah, also a very big country as well. Yes, this interesting. Okay, so let's go on with the article. Ayad,
Yeah.
what do you think as well about people in your country? Are they becoming lazier, or do they walk quite a lot? And how many hours per week do you walk?
Well, honestly, I have no idea because there is a mixture of mentalities here. The one like to do sports, and the one they are lazy at television and internet.
Yeah.
So I can't tell actually.
Okay, yes.
But people are getting lazy. What I noticed.
But what about in your case? So how many hours per week do you walk?
I told you, even to go to the kitchen, I use my car.
Okay, yeah. So you just don't walk, and for you, you use your car. Do you care about things like the environment? Yeah. So for
Yes,
me,
I care. Yes,
it's not about the environment. It's about it costs £5 to go in the in the transport. I'd rather keep the £5. Yes.
Yes, but what we say, the policy of the government for pollution is not really good. So I care really about environment, but what we can do.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. So the thing is, also the government control this in the pricing as well. So
Yes, it's shared responsibility between government and people. Also, they have a role
Yeah.
to play in this case.
So if the transport is expensive, more people say, right, let's not go by transport, and that means it saves the environment anyway. Yes, I think.
And but by the way, I want to say, because I live in a desert area, it's quite it's not polluted.
Yeah. Okay, so for you, the air is quite clean. Yeah.
Yeah, clean. Yeah, especially in deep desert.
Okay, yeah, so it's interesting. But in the cities, I guess, what do you see? Would you see people riding their bikes or using their cars?
No, using mostly cars.
Cars, yeah. And I guess oil is cheap.
We
Like
don't.
petrol.
Here, petrol is very cheap, very cheap, very cheap. Yeah, to get your tank filled, it's less than £10.
Whoa, do you know, it's about, last time I checked, it was about
I would
$2
say £5. I would say in my case, in my car, £5. But in London or in UK, it's
I think it's around $2 per litre now.
Yeah, it's £50 or more.
Yeah, so 5 times, or in your case, 10 times the amount.
10,
Yeah, so
10, yes, 10.
So that also influences, and the government do that as well. One, because it brings a lot of money, because most of that money is tax. So really, the fuel probably costs the same as from your country, £10 to fill the car, but they would add some like £40 just in tax, because one, they want to, for environmental reasons, and two, if people need to drive, they should pay for it, and the government should make money.
But it's not only there is the type of the fuel. There is lead fuel is now mostly used. It's for ecological fuel.
Yeah.
You know it? The lead fuel. Yeah. It's really, it helps to clean the air.
Things like they're starting to release electric cars and things like this. There's a really
we don't have this in here, but in Europe, yes, I noticed they are challenging each other companies for competition for hybrid cars.
I'll show you one car. It's a friend. Oh, it looks. I think it's a Twingo. I think it's this.
No, Toyota.
Oh, not this one. Not this one.
Yeah, they have a
not this one. But there's a.
What?
Sorry.
They have a hybrid car. That means electric with the fuel. and they have electric cars. It's only you can plug it even in ordinary plug, and you will charge it for 8 hours, and it will make you run for I don't know 100 miles average. It's
So
very
it's more efficient.
I like this kind of technology.
It's kind of expensive now to get the infrastructure because in the UK it was becoming more popular, but now maybe it's not. People just think because you can't charge them. It's not so easy to find somewhere to charge because not all petrol stations have a charging point. What I've seen recently is this car. Yeah, so it's a Renault car. It's a French car. It's a one-person car. It's a little diddy thing. It's quite interesting. Maybe just for the city, something like this to get around. This is very, very cheap to run.
I fancy that. I fancy.
To be honest, I want it, yeah. So, one, it's cheap, and also, I guess you can go in and out of people, and you know, it's all right. Yes, I think that's quite strange. But sorry, I don't know if you could.
It's nice. You can drop anyone.
You can even get someone in the back. You can get one person to fit in the back.
Yeah.
But
well.
it's not practical, Martin, for courses.
If you're in a city.
Yeah, but what for to run? You better have a motorcycle or I don't know. It's not practical for me.
Essentially, it's the same like a moped, yeah. So
maybe it's for old people to walk and to see like.
Yeah, it looks like that's the point. It looks like the scooters and things. But I actually think I think it's all right because I don't know. Some people, if you're going around the city, they don't want to go on the motorbike because they style their hair and I don't know. Yeah, so things like that it could be an influence. But I think it's quite cool. If, for example, younger people could drive this. For example, if they said, "Oh yeah, because it's like not so dangerous, a 15-year-old could drive it." I think that'd be really cool. I don't know.
There are a lot of something like this. We call it in Egypt tuk-tuk. Do you see it?
Tuk-tuk.
Yes.
Yeah, so tuk-tuk, I've heard about this.
Is it
Microbus and bus to transfer people.
Mira? Is
Like
it 3 wheels?
3 wheels, 4 wheels, 2 wheels. No wheels.
No, just drag the people along. Yeah.
No, because Cairo is very crowded, really crowded, 15 millions, and they need such cars too. It's very practical and very touristic.
What's very stupid about London as well is that the people in London who drive, they're usually rich because you have to pay. It's a lot of money to drive in London. You have to pay a daily fee just to be able to get a pass to drive in London. And it's like $20 or something per day. They drive these massive, big 4x4 cars, like I don't know, Land Rover or something, but they don't need it because it's in the city. Yet in the countryside, you'd see cars like this, yeah? And it's kind of like the opposite, yeah? So in the countryside, you'd see the smaller cars, but in the city, in London, you see all these big 4x4s, these massive cars, yeah? Just because they want to show their power, even though you don't need a 4x4 in the streets of London, yeah? You need it in the countryside. It's quite interesting. But guys, we've run out of time. Good to speak with you as always. I've got a class straight after this if you're wanting to join. Be good to speak with you again. But take care and have a good day in any case, okay? Bye-bye.
Have a nice day.
Cheers.
No.
Thank you, Mark.
See you.